Yeah.
As a generator, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's a unit that, it's all hands off. Never really have to do anything to it. So it's all automatic. You
Okay.
never have to do anything. It's an air cooled unit. So with that being said, it's a lot like the old school Volkswagens. So it will burn oil. Now around day 3 of continuous run, what you're gonna want to do is go ahead and check the oil, make sure it doesn't need any more.
Okay.
As it needs it, kind of top it off.
Okay.
It takes 5W30 synthetic.
Okay.
You're gonna want to have a couple quarts in the garage just in case it does run for that prolonged period of time. In the event that it does, you want to go ahead and just click the off button. Pour it, let it breathe. The longer you let it breathe, obviously, the better for the generator itself. Your house is not going to get any hotter. After a hurricane or after a big storm, the weather's actually really nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to come out, click it off, top it off as it needs it. Go ahead and click auto. There's going to be a timer on there, 30-second timer. 30-second timer is going to count down. Generator is going to turn on and send power right back. This is the automatic transfer switch system. What it does is detects any power outages that come from here. Now, we went ahead and set it up for a 30-second delay within power outage. So when a power outage does happen, a complete power outage happens. So anything that normally happens during a power outage will happen. So if you have to go ahead and if you have a weak breaker that trips every time your power goes out, it's going to trip again. If you have to disconnect your internet and plug it back in to reset it, you're going to have to do that. Any security systems you might have to reset, you're going to have to go ahead and reset those. What they do sell is these battery backup systems that a lot of computer places use to help bridge that gap. A lot of people use them for their security systems, internet, anything of that nature. They'll get used for that, pretty much that gap there. But it does it automatically. We set it up for 30-second delay just because there is a lot of interruptions of power that you guys know. So with that being said, that 30-second delay is a good safe zone between an actual power outage and not a power outage.
Okay.
So 30 seconds will pass by. This will detect it. It'll tell the generator to turn on. Generator will turn on, send the power over here. This works as a big relay. So it'll detect the power coming in from the generator and it'll flick down. Once it flicks down, that means you have your generator's powering up your house. Okay. So if you ever want to come out here and run it manually, you can also run it manually. That is an option. If you guys are going to go away from home for a prolonged period of time and you guys want to test the unit out, we recommend you guys to do this before hurricane season. I believe we're going to send out even a newsletter on how to do this because it's great practice.
Yeah.
What you're going to want to do, what we're going to do also when we come out and test it, we go ahead and turn off your power from here. This becomes your first source of disconnect. So we turn off your power. It's going to detect that you have had a power loss. There's going to be the timer. It's going to trickle down. Generator is going to turn on, send power over, and kind of simulate a power outage.
Okay.
Yep. So you just come over here, flick this off, and then once it's transferred power and everything's okay, you should be good to go. You just flick it back up, and it's fine that way. But it should always be automatic. They made it pretty easy for us to figure out the health and condition of the generator. They put a little light on the side here. Right now it's green.
Okay.
Because it's set on auto.
Yeah.
You guys don't have any gas plugged in right now, so if I were to crank it over, it's just gonna crank it. It won't start, and then it's gonna go to red, throw a code. So before I leave it, I'm gonna actually leave it in the off position. So when the gas crew comes up, can just press auto, and they should be fine.
Okay. We'll check that after they leave too.
Yeah.
They're not the brightest bulbs in the bunch.
Yeah. So you're gonna want this turned on, and then you're gonna want to go ahead and click it on. Now, if you want to go ahead and prime it, what you can do, I don't know if they'll do it for you, but what you can do between us coming out and then the whole 9 yards and coming out and testing everything out, what you can do is go ahead and turn it on, click manual. It's gonna crank a couple times. It's gonna crank 3 or 4 times. Now you also got to make sure that the gas tanks are on.
Right.
It's gonna crank 3 or 4 times. That's completely normal because it's priming everything out.
Yeah.
Once it primes everything out, it's gonna start. You let it start for about 5 minutes. You can turn it back and off, and that's how you know that it's been primed, been ready to go.
Okay, so but you don't have to keep holding the manual button. You just press it once.
Yeah, like right now, if I click it, it'll just crank. And it'll just keep cranking. It'll keep cranking. It'll keep cranking.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it in the off position.
Yep.
It might be this one. No, I don't think this is one. So, I saw in your garage they put a delay on it. I'm assuming they probably put one on yours too for the AC.
Did the same thing.
Can we go in your garage?
conditioner.
You go ahead and Yeah, so that way I can walk you guys to here's the turtle.
Huh. Unusual. There's no animals around here.